Happy Friday, Roanshire Ranchers. I hope everybody had a good week. We are wet and cold here. It is on and off torrential downpours. And this isn't even the worst of it. It is supposed to be a lot worse tonight after 10 o'clock. So I think we're going to have to break out the kayak and canoes and whatever other flotation devices we have. Excuse me. You can tell, you can see all the puddles and everything. The ground is just absolutely saturated. It's the same thing in all of Western New York. But as you can see, Louie has been enjoying it. He has his, mud bath going on. And he's been doing well. He has now been 1 week on his EPM medication. And obviously we haven't seen any results yet, but he's he's eating it like a champ, and we are just staying the course with that. One thing that did happen this week is that we did find a tick on him and Roni. We were able to get them off. And everybody is vaccinated for Lyme disease. So no worries there. It's just, disconcerting to find a tick on them. In the "16 years that we've had horses here," 16 years, we've never had ticks. So it's I don't know if it's the weather. We don't have more deer here than normally. So I don't know what changed, but something definitely did change that now we do have to be wary of ticks. So we did get some Equispot, and it's been applied to hopefully stave off any more ticks getting on them. And not that the flies are going to be bothering them, because it's supposed to snow next week. So we don't have to worry about the flies. But the Equispot does handle flies as well. Unlike flies, ticks do live throughout the winter. They're not as prevalent, but they are still around. So we're gonna keep up the treatment with the Equispot to make sure that they don't get any more ticks on them. Our pasture management and the surrounding area has not been any different. We keep the pastures pretty well down, and so do the boys. And then around the pasture, we don't have high weeds either. Around the pasture is also mowed. So not real sure, like I said, why the uptick in uptick in ticks. Didn't mean to do that. So I'll have to do a little more research and see if this area does have an increase in ticks this year. I'll talk to some other horse people and professionals, mainly my veterinarian and farrier. And Mark is actually coming in tomorrow. So that's pretty fortuitous. But, you know, I'll ask around and see, you know, what other people have been experiencing with ticks. It's also kind of interesting that Charlie doesn't have any. Charlie, out of the three of them, lays down the most. So I don't know if it's a color thing, because obviously Roni and Louie are similar color. And because Charlie is black and white, maybe they're not as drawn to them. No idea. I'm learning about ticks as we go, so I just find that kind of thing interesting. I don't even know if there's a correlation, but you know, all three boys are together all the time. They're going in the same place. They're sleeping in essentially the same spots. So I don't know. I don't know why Roni and Louie got it, but Charlie did not. Allison is coming back tomorrow to do another massage session. Haven't seen any results yet from it. Louie is still really, really tight in the back end. But she's definitely working on that scar tissue that's on his right rear side, so she'll keep doing that. Obviously, we're going to have to clean him up a titch before she comes. While she doesn't mind getting dirty, we don't want her not being able to feel what she needs to feel on him because he's got caked on mud. So he will get a grooming session before she comes. And let's see if I can show you Charlie boy. He is Pigpen. Hi, buddy. Michelle, happy Halloween to you too. Yeah, we're glad that he is enjoying, that Louie is enjoying his massage sessions. It's nice to see him so relaxed. Normally he's a pretty high-strung horse. You know, he is thoroughbred, and that they're known for that. But he is wound up pretty tight some days. That, you know, some days he's not as tightly wound, but there's some days it's like, you know, dude, nothing's changed. Everything, you're safe here. But yeah, I mean, it's nice to see him so relaxed that he falls asleep and does goofy things with his mouth because he's enjoying it. And I'm trying to get a picture of it, or at least a video, because it is funny. So tomorrow I'm gonna desperately try to get his mouth movements, because he makes some seriously funny faces, and I think you guys will enjoy. Like I said, next week is supposed to snow here, so we have upped the hay intake. You know, with the pastures being so wet and they're stopping growing. You know, with the cold setting in and it being wet, we just want to make sure that they stay warm. And they do that by eating hay. The actual process of digesting is what keeps the horses warm in the winter. So, so we are haying them now in the morning and the evening. Previously it was just in the evening, but we've upped it to the morning also, just to make sure that, you know, they're staying warm, they're maintaining their weight, heading into winter. Still not real sure how this winter is going to pan out. Some, according to the little woolly worms, we're supposed to have a pretty moderate winter. But that's yet to be seen. So I'd rather have them a little heftier going into winter than lighter, and then get blasted with an exceptionally cold winter and end up with a sick horse because they're too cold. So these guys are enjoying their time in the barn. As you can see, all three of them are in here. Roni Rones is doing his thing over here. Lulu's over here. And Charlie Boy's over there. So they have their spots. They really, the only two that will rotate are Louie and Roni. Charlie, that is his power position, and Roni Rones. He just shot his hay. Hold on, buddy. Sorry, guys, I gotta pick up his hay. Ooh. Gotta keep it in here, bud. There you go, buddy. Sorry, guys. Because it's so wet, I don't want the hay to be thrown about. I was talking about their position. So Louie and Roni will swap positions, but Charlie stays in his what I call the power position. And why I call it the power position is we have a hole in the ceiling so that we can drop the hay down, and so that spot gets fed first. So that's why I call that the power position, because he likes being fed first. He loves to eat. If you've ever been to the ranch and seen him, you know that he's a hefty boy. That's pretty much it for this week. I did say that I was going to do something special for Halloween, but with the passing of Barney, that's not going to happen. We'll acknowledge Halloween in some way, shape, or form. It just wasn't. It wasn't going to be what I had planned. So I hope that everybody has a happy and safe Halloween. If you are out and about, be cautious and have fun. And we will talk to you guys next week. Be well, Roan Shire Ranchers.